Well, hello again, Interblops. Fancy meeting you here. I am Un. This is I Played a Thing, Demon's Souls, and we are rocking the assassin-style salad today. Last episode, we brought down a couple of bosses in the Shrine of Storms, and that finished up with all the Archstone sections except for 1-4. So, we are getting real close to the endgame, but first I'd like to get some of the optional stuff done, mostly in the form of World Tendency events. This is going to involve a lot of running around and editing, so I apologize ahead of time if the episode ends up being especially short or especially long. I'm just not entirely sure how it's all going to pan out that way. However, before we even get started on that, I'd like to do some dialogue checks. We haven't talked to Patches in a while.
I've not seen you of late. Have I got some stuff for you? No, don't mention it. It's the least I can do for a dear friend. But do pay for them.
Patches gonna patches.
Did you ever visit Valley of Defilement? The bog there is filled with the corpses of honourable knights, too foolish to stay out of harm's way. Well, you may have heard of some of them. Vito the Moonlight Knight, Rydell of Isterel, and many more. I reckon they left behind some fine armour and weapons. Why not have a visit? See what you can find.
Way ahead of you, Patches. We did pick up the Isterel, which was the spear presumably wielded by one Isterel, and we did pick up Vito's Moonlight Sword. Kind of weird the way he did a really hesitant pause between Moonlight and Night, but whatever.
I reckon they left...
Okay, well that's all we're going to get out of him right now, but it was new. Would have been more helpful before going to the Valley of Defilement, but that's okay. Offerings seem to be about the same as usual. Did he have the cast ring before? I cannot recall. But right away I see something amusing. But you would be died as usual if falling from very high position.
Fine. I can't make you. Though I know you'll come back soon.
Oh, I'll always come back to you, Patches. Across multiple games, in fact. Bjor, we got nothing left to do but finish up Boletaria. What do you think of that?
But where?
Nothing new. Yuria, how you been?
Are you here very well? I feel great misgivings about Frake. I was branded a witch at a very young age. And since then, I have been persecuted as a threat to human society. Although I never had ill intentions, this black craft of mine is intrinsically evil. If there is a god, he gave us souls to do good, not to practice witchcraft. My accusers detested my dark arts for good reason, for the path I have taken is tainted. This has been one of my realizations since coming to Boletaria. But I am afraid that Frake too has ventured down the wrong path. He has become obsessed with the dark arts.
That is also new information. Once again, Yuria, I think you really need a little validation in your life. But Frake is a little bit zealous about collecting demon souls. Probably not quite as zealous as Urbane, but all the same.
But I am afraid... I owe my life to you. If you're ever in need of witchcraft, speak to me. It is a dark art, but it is all that I can offer.
Well, Yuria, my friend, I think we're probably more or less done with witchcraft for this current loop of the game, but for our next time through, I think we will be making quite a bit of use of your services indeed. Hey, Frake, you know someone was talking shit about you?
Bravo! Thank you. Let me... I am one step... Our human... As you know, magic is one of the soul arts. The Scourge of Boletaria has activated all souls and energized all magic. Perhaps then we should work to preserve this state of heightened reality. No, no, heaven forbid. The demons steal souls, and with them our sanity. Such blasphemy must not be permitted.
Yeah, I gotta say the man sounds a little reluctant about putting away the soul arts, presumably by getting rid of the old one.
The demons,
But he seems to be clinging to the side of the angels, if only just.
I can...
Well, this has been pretty productive so far. I'm glad I decided to check for new dialogue. Thomas, what about you?
Thank good I was... If only I could have... We are in...
Nothing new, but that's alright. We still love you, Tommy boy.
I can Deep inside Stonefang Mine is an ancient dragon burial ground. The bones of the dragons exist.
Okay, that's another repeat.
No interest. I can
Man, Baldwin, how many times have I shopped with you? You can get the stick out of your ass with respect to me not buying from you.
Oh, Saint Urbane. Mbasa.
That was kind of simple. But I'm always up for a good Mbasa.
Do you have... Old Frake from the cat? Yes, but you must...
See what I mean about the zealous thing? He's a little grasping about more demon souls. Guess he and Frake both are, in their respective ways. Also, we've got a big old pile of souls, so let's do some levels.
Thou seekest then soul of the mind.
Let's see, we've got endurance up to 25. Let us bring up vitality.
Strength be granted so the world might be mended.
And dexterity to match.
So the world might be mended.
We're actually reasonably close to another level, too.
Art thou that mend?
So let's see what we can eat in terms of the old soul inventory. You know what? There's no way that I'm going to create the Scraping Spear or the Dozer Axe this run, so I might as well eat these two demon souls. This is Vanguard's, and it can be used to create the Dozer Axe, which is a large one-handed axe. Pretty good if you can get it in the early game, but otherwise not really my style. Not worth very much. And the lead demon soul, I think it's lead rather than lead because Phalanx is the leader of many hoplites. That probably won't be worth much either, but I have no better use for it. Well, that gets us a little closer.
Thou then soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
And dude loves my endurance.
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Art thou the main?
There we go. We are now for the most part spent up. And my first destination is going to be the Shrine of Storms. There are pure white world tendencies to do, pure white tendency events, I should say, to do for 4-1 and 4-2. That is currently at pure white, so no problem there. I also, off-screen, decreased the world tendency in a couple of places to pure black, so we'll be able to have some fun in those as well. See, remember once upon a time when there was a dude standing up there on the battlements? If we come a little closer, in pure white tendency, we can see he has descended.
Come here. I have a proposal for you. Do not be afraid. You have much to gain.
I'll bet we do. Could have waited for a moment till I got finished with the skeleton so I wasn't listening to you over the sound of clashing steel and bone, but hey, none of us perfect.
I am Satsuki. I seek a keepsake of my father. Have you seen the sword inscribed? Makoto, I will offer you demon souls if you can help me find it.
Can't say as I have seen a sword by that particular name, but we're always up for demon souls. Although, I am a little skeptical because how the hell did Satsuki get his hands on those? We've been the only slayer of demons around here, except with a little bit of assistance from Bior.
The Makoto chooses its owner, but he who harbors self-delusions should at once be warned. The Makoto is no sword for the faint of heart.
Satsuki, that is one hell of a popped collar you got there.
The Makoto...
Alright, I think that's about all we're gonna get out of him right now. Also, we never actually did use Sparkly the Crow in this particular run. Off-screen, I grabbed some stuff that I can trade in from Thomas, so I'm gonna get myself over to the trading post up the tree, and I will see you in a few moments.
You! Scary! Give Sparkly me! Give Twinkly me! Me! You! Trade! Trade! Give me Sparkly, Twinkly!
Hey, you bet. That's what I'm here for. First thing we can drop off. Where are they? Is a soul remain.
Sparkly! Happy! Happy!
Now, if I recall correctly, we do need to quit out and then reload the area to get our trade item. So we'll take care of that real quick, like. And there we are. 10 white arrows.
More trade? Give me! Please!
Okay, that was actually new dialogue, which I was not expecting, but we'll have plenty of chances to see it. And the deal with white arrows. Legendary weapon used with the white bow. Its attack power is extremely high. We can actually trade, I forget what for the white bow, but we'll get one free later, so I'm going to hold off on that for now. For now, as I was saying, we will drop an Augite of Guidance.
Sparkly! Happy! Happy!
And what have we now?
You! Scary! Sparkly! Happy! Happy! More trade? More trade? Give me! Sparkly, Twinkly, please! Please! Give! Give!
Such a cutie. I wonder why we're still scary, though. So we've now got 20 white arrows as a result of our trading. Let me take a look and see what else we can drop off. Ah, Splinter of Mercury Stone. Some of these upgrade materials that we're not going to need, a fair number of them are possible trades here, so that's making some use out of them.
Sparkly! Happy! Happy! More, give me, please!
That's some pretty decent quality grass. I don't mind that trade at all. How about a chunk of Mercury Stone?
Sparkly! More, give me, please!
That is an even better grass. And if we were able to trade a pure Mercury Stone, I think we would get some of the best grass, but I never picked one of those up. So we will have to see what a Splinter of Moonlight Stone does.
Sparkly!
Whoops. That won't do.
Sparkly! More, give me, please!
We're pretty well fixed for white arrows at this point, at least for a while. We do tend to run through arrows really quickly in certain areas. What would you think of a chunk?
Sparkly!
Oh, I gotta quit doing that.
Sparkly! Give me, please!
That's a pretty damn good sack of white arrows there. Quiver, I should say. Don't think arrows usually come in a sack. And if we had a pure one, I think we could actually trade that for the white bow. But, again, we're gonna get the white bow anyway. You will get that in 1/4, as you might guess. Because there's really not much else left.
Sparkly! Give me, please!
Splinters of Keystone, very nice.
Give me!
We needed some of those. Used them all up last episode. Or possibly the previous episode, I don't remember for sure. The important thing is we used all up. We used up all of them.
Spark! Give me, please!
Also a very nice trade. Now granted, we actually haven't been making much use of sticky white stuff, but if we did, this would be an excellent bump in our inventory of it. Now then, what else can we give away? We could actually give away the Moonlight Sword, but we would only get for that a high-quality consumable soul, which is not the greatest trade, I think. We could also trade the Telescope for a Fragrant Ring. That's a good way to get one fairly early, but we've already got a couple of Fragrant Rings, so no need for that. There is, however, one more thing that I'd like to trade in. And I've forgotten what it was. One moment. Oh yes, the Talisman. We want to get rid of the Talisman of God. Apparently it's sparkly and twinkly.
Sparkly! Scary! Smotra, give, please!
And I think our trading is pretty much done here. The colorless demon soul is very nice indeed. However, we might as well check out what happens if we try to give the same thing twice in a row, or something that she doesn't like. I don't know, I think a kunai would be fairly shiny.
No, sparkly! Not twinkly!
You don't have to get so pissy about it. What else? Soul remains.
Me have that! Give sparkly me! Give twinkly me!
Alright, well, it's been a productive session. I'm gonna go on and head back to...
Give me!
I've given you all my sparkly twinklies. Anyway, I'm headed back to the Archstone now, because we are going to have to move to a different place to find what Satsuki's looking for. I will rejoin you in just a moment. And we're back. Really is getting all organy and sepulchral around here lately, isn't it? I think even the Candle Maiden's getting a little affected by it. Seems a little subdued over there. Anywho, having met with Satsuki and done our trading in 4-1, we will find what he's looking for in 4-2. And we have arrived. As is well established, even though I did unusually well at it, 4-2 is a real pain in the dick. Oh, jeez. That was a nice long-range snipe on the part of the Storm Beast there. Hey, Blige. Anyway, the good news is, we don't actually have to go very far into it. That's the way it's done. Took a little while there for the Shadow Lurker to fall apart. You may recall when we saved Urbane from the Black Phantom Swordsman down in the pit, there was an item up on a stalagmite that we couldn't reach. Well, guess what the Pure White World tendency here will allow us to do? I can't recall if the Black Phantom is back or not. They usually don't respawn. Well, one way to find out. Nope, looks like we're in the clear. Uh-oh. Well, we can deal with that. There we go. The Makoto. We should probably check that out. Oh, there we are. A legendary katana whose sword has been passed down for ages, the name of a giant of a distant country. It is one of the cursed weapons that steals the user's spirit and fervor. However, there is no turning back for those who long for this blade. And if memory serves, that whole cursed business means that you will steadily lose life as you wield Makoto. Just sort of a poison-style effect. And that would be a drawback in most situations, except that it can be good for getting you into hyper mode, much like the Gripless. Oh! Did we already have a Shotel? I can't remember if we found one in the wild or not, but I also didn't know these guys could drop them. Must be a pretty rare one. Anyway, Satsuki, old bean, I've got something here I bet you're gonna love.
Ah, you have found the Makoto, have you? Bless your good fortune. And, well, your good work. Now, just hand the Makoto over to me.
Well, we really aren't going to be using a katana in any of our immediate endeavors, and you did say this was held in your family, did you not? So I suppose you have the rights to it. Here you go.
Yes. Yes. This is she. This luster. It's finally mine. Except, could this sword really be as deadly as the rumors claim? There is only one way to find out.
Oh joy. Betrayal. Well, the weapon description did say there was no turning back for someone who sought this weapon. No doubt he was a little bit obsessive. Don't you be testing out your evil sword on me. See, your health's draining even while I'm poking away at it. That's what you get. And we do get to keep the sword after we recover it from him, so that's nice. Right, back to the Nexus. Looks like I did already have a Shotel. Don't remember where I picked that up, but clearly I did.
We are indebted to you.
Always glad to be of assistance, Thomas. Now then, is there anything else I should put away? I put away the Makoto and the Shotel. I think I'll probably be okay now. So we should be able to take off that ring of Herculean strength and pop our thief one back on. Oh, better do my repairs too.
I can forge weapons for you at a fair price. You come back.
Now we're gonna head back to 1-1, where we have a nice, handy, convenient pure black tendency to access right where we had the pure white one. Now it occurs to me that previously Meralda would not talk to us because we were in soul form rather than body form, and that may have also been the case of Vinland. So when we meet up with Meralda again, I don't know if she has anything to say, I don't recall with any certainty, but we'll go into body form just to make sure she says it, if she does. Where are you? There we go. One of our ridiculous stock of stones of ephemeral eyes. Huh, did I run into these guys before, or are they a world tendency thing? More Black Phantom enemies do appear when the world tendency is pure black, so these could be ads, but I really don't recall. I'm also being very careless. Unfortunately, I just picked up a batch of grass that I can munch to make right up for that. Oh man, look at that big old body form health bar. We don't get to see those very often. Hey girl, I know you're in here. Oh! There we are, I was looking at the wrong side. Oh, goodness. You're a strong one, Marauda. Well, though it does cost a decent amount of stamina, we can take your shots on the shield. We're not going to go right through it the way some really powerful things will. Gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with her health pool, too. Ooh. That axe of hers is very short-handled. Not very exciting for range at all. But it does pack a wallop. Whew. Oh, goodness gravy. Was insufficiently careful about my heals. This is a dumb place to die. Now, it does occur to me that if I hadn't been so hell-bent on using up all my crescent moons first, if I had actually used a decent healing item, we probably could have averted that little mishap there. Ah well, pain can be a very good teacher. There you are. You get way back in that corner, don't you? I don't know what she thinks she's swinging at. If she wants to stand back and let me get R2s all day, I'm not going to really do anything to dissuade her of that. Yeah, we are going to show a little more respect to that axe this time. Oh, thought I had the backstab. Oh well. Maybe she'll give me another opportunity. Also doesn't seem particularly effectual at just poising through things. We can at least stop her attacks with the spear. It certainly does help matters a bit. Oh, we've gone two-handed. Now I really better respect that. And not do reckless things like that. But I got away with it, so that's the important thing. Hoping for that backstab, but it never quite works out that way. Not even there. Guess while she's still kind of in her roll frames, it doesn't work. I don't generally PvP in any of the Souls games any more than strictly necessary, so how things work on PCs and AI NPCs, not especially well versed. We're getting there. Not too much health left. Come on, Marauder, you gonna let me fish one backstab from you? Be a pal. Whew! Flirted with danger a little bit too much there. Does not want me getting that backstab. Really punished me for it, too. Ah well. We won, that's what matters. Pretty good chunk of souls for her, too. More than I would have expected. Oh, well, that's no surprise. Yeah, we know what to do about that, right? Right. The Guillotine Axe. Not as exciting as the Binded Cross set that we got from her when we defeated her in body form. That could be fun if you're into that sort of thing. An axe which is used for beheadings, which has seen a lot of wear and tear. It's fat-handled, short and heavy, but can sever the cervical vertebra in a single blow. It is disdained as a beheader's weapon, especially in Boletaria. Well, that was Marauder's job, and I like how specific it is about severing the cervical vertebra. Anyway, our business here is now done. Incidentally, now that we have killed Black Phantom Marauder, that will push us back away from pure black roll tendency, just the way killing her in body form shifted a little bit toward black. Okay, we're all repaired, we've got our excess baggage dropped off, and now we're gonna head back into the Grody level territory. This is going to be pretty tough, I think. We have got a pretty nasty NPC fight waiting for us, and I'll be approaching from an angle that isn't entirely to my advantage. But we shall give it a shot and hope for the best. Okay, you may remember that once upon a time, not so terribly long ago or far away, we met Selin Vinland in Pure White World Tendency by finding the far side of the junk pile, junk wall I suppose I should call it, and just approaching alongside that from the right side. At this point, you've probably guessed who the Black Phantom is that we're going to be dealing with next. Now, the trouble is, if I come at her from this side, I'll be approaching from the swamp, whereas if I came in from the Dirty Colossus Archstone, I'd be a little closer to land when she detected me, I think. But, if I'm dead honest with you, I really don't feel like going through the shantytown right now, so we're gonna do this the dangerous way. If I can just figure out where that wall of crap is. Visibility around here? Not the best. Alright. Don't want to fall in a spot that's going to screw me over, so I want to make sure I get this right. Is that the wall? Maybe. Definitely maybe. Let's go for it. We are in pure black in the Valley Defilement here, so everything is going to hit a little harder and take a little more punishment. I'm really not sure if I came down in roughly the right place or not. Should probably get my Royal Lotuses out. Is this the crap wall, or did I screw up? Okay, I think I am on the right side of it. Also, there's a shiny here I see that I did not pick up previously. And it's not a bad consumable. Am I on the right side? Am I on the right side? I think I may not be on the right side. Well, shit happens. This should be salvageable. Actually, it might mean that I can approach Selin from the more advantageous direction. Oh, it occurs to me, since I am wearing the black leather set this time instead of mostly binded cross, that means that I actually have better poison resistance. Oh! Spotted! Spotted by the Black Phantom one, too. Lord have mercy! So yeah, remember what I said about treating lumberfucks with a little respect, because they may have the largest single strike damage attack in the game? Yeah. Okay, this is the shortcut plank, so I should definitely be on the right side at this point. Won't have anything really good to offer us, but I might as well kill that gecko while I'm at it. Hey, where the hell did you come from? Jerk. Alright then. See, you don't want to go after every gecko just because. Bad things can happen to you. Anyway, coming from this far over, I should definitely be in the right place. Or far enough to the right, I should say. Let's go ahead and get our body form XP. HP, I should say. Back in order. We certainly don't have to worry about pushing the place any more black at this point. And let the slog begin once again. Well, my friends, I went and did it again. I approached once again on the left side of the junk wall. I had not gotten myself far enough over as I thought I had. And I got splattered again by the Black Phantom Lumberfuck. It occurs to me if I was not in body form, that probably wouldn't have happened, because I think what happened was they heard my footsteps rather than actually spotting me. Oh shit. Got a little flustered there and screwed up my weapon switching. Now, if I'm not mistaken, what I'm looking at there is the Island of Four, where all the lumberfucks like to hang out, so I've got to be far enough over now. I mean, seriously. And for the moment, I am just going to keep myself in soul form. Because I don't want to alert anyone that I don't have to. Lesson learned. Right, let's try this again. Probably burn through all my Royal Lotuses. Okay, definitely on the right side. Oh, a little trivia about my recent mishaps. I actually managed to get warding off before I fought that Black Phantom Lumberfuck the second time. And his attacks took off about a third of my health right through total protection. They are not jokes. They are not the least bit jokes. Now, coming up this way, on just to the right of the wall, Selin should be in my reasonably near future, unless I've completely forgotten where she actually is. Which would not be unlike me. Also, I hear Skeeter. Yeah, this is the junk wall right over there. Is where I died. Well, Selin is not exactly where I thought she was. Oh, wait, nope, I see her now. Now, let's try not to get murdered by a mosquito before I can get myself murdered by Selin, okay? Don't you go making noise up there. Tweaks me out. Now, Selin has a sword called Blind. Blind completely ignores shields. We're not even talking chip damage, it just completely goes through shields. So, I'm gonna ward up. And I'm going to two-hand my weapon. You know, I just realized I forgot to get my body form HP back, which I really should have done. See, what I was afraid of was that she was going to see me from a pretty good distance away, and so she would attack me while I was in the swamp, which is still happening, because I was an idiot and moved too far. Oh shit. Yep. A little bit tricky. Okay, here's the junk wall. I actually can see it okay from the plank. It's kind of looking way out into the distance to try to judge where it was, and there was no need to do any of that. Now, we're going to give the whole Selin thing one more try. Hopefully we will be able to approach... Oh! My God, where did that come from? Shithead. Scared the bejesus out of me. Alright, one more slog for the road. If I do not win this time, I am going to punt. Because, just as we fought Black Phantom Meralda for her weapon, we are fighting Selin Vinland to get the Blind. And while Blind is pretty neat, and especially nice I imagine in PvP if you're into that, I really don't need it that badly. Oh, that would be my soul pile. That would be my soul pile in the distance. So, first we're gonna body form up. Get our heals ready to go. We are gonna ward. We are gonna two-hand that spear. I got you this time, Selin. Just let me backstab you for no reason. I'm okay with that, too. Be a little careful about my stamina. Ooh. Easy there. Also, oh god, I need my warding. Oh! No! No! Why can't I do it? Oh! I can't use magic. She used anti-magic field, that's what it was. You know what, friends? I am just a great big silly goblin. There's no need to give up on blind. I have Death Cloud. Of course, while this is taking effect, the poison is also eating away at me because I don't want to dump any of my last few Royal Lotuses. But yeah, she's gonna take a beating a lot faster than we do. Well, I've been here for quite a while. This is still that first cast of Death Cloud. I think I'm going to try and finish it off personally. There we go. It doesn't really matter so much whether you let the Death Cloud or whether you let the Death Cloud finisher or whether you take the final kill. In most respects, it's really not that important because you'll get the souls anyway, but killing a named Black Phantom will increase the world tendency toward white. So by killing Selin firsthand, I do get that change in the world tendency once I return to the Nexus or otherwise reload the area. If it was one of the status effects that took her out, then not only would the enemy not notice that it was what killed them, or that it was killing them at all, the game would not notice either, and I would not get the world tendency credits, although anytime anything dies you get the souls, so I would still have gotten those. Anyway, let's take our prize. There she is. The legendary Blind. If you count me talking about it as legendary. You will notice that it weighs virtually nothing. A curved sword with a clear blade. Widely known along with the courage of the beggar knight Selin Vinland, it is one of Vinland's treasures. The blade is an illusion, and is light as a feather. It can pass through a shield's defenses. That last bit is what is really special about it, as I mentioned before. It's not even like the Shotel where you can kind of chip damage through or get around it to some degree with your heart attacks. It just completely ignores shields. You will just do your full damage right through them. And there you can see, just as the item description stated, it is transparent all the way through, with the exception of the hilt. I don't think that's quite as cool as the Moonlight Greatsword having a solid core, but just a big, shimmering, massive magical energy around it. But I still think it looks pretty cool, almost like an insect wing. But we should probably use what we know. Also, I should probably get my soul pile. Anywho, it occurs to me that since the world tendency effects will not take place until I return to the Nexus, or I think if I just quit and reload the area, while we are still in pure black, there's something else I think I can do here. Oh, by the way, my HP is currently so low because I took off the Cling Ring in favor of the Regenerator's Ring, which helps to counteract the poison a little. The poison still comes out a little bit ahead speed-wise, so I still had to munch some grass while I was waiting for Selin to die, but it helped. Something I should also mention is that some enemies are affected by only Poison Cloud, some only affected by Death Cloud, and some either will do. I think Selin is affected by either status effect spell, but Poison Cloud is considerably lower, so it was already enough of a wait. Doing it with Poison Cloud, we'd be waiting for quite a long time. I do not remember exactly where to find what I'm looking for, but I don't remember it as being terribly difficult to locate. Do I hear Mosquito? No, I think that's just full. Oh! Jesus! I did hear Mosquito, and it scared the shit out of me. Whoa! Whoa! Can I get up now? Holy shit, I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. I think that is an attack I've seriously never seen. It's not going to be cooperative about falling into my R2. So I will take care of that matter in the classic way. Alright then, as I was saying, I think if I follow the general path here, I'm going to find what I'm looking for related to the world tendency. It's fairly obvious and not terribly hard to spot, so hopefully that will assist. Oh shit, there is a Black Phantom Lumberfuck. I was not anticipating that issue. Also, I'm not sure if it is actually better, but I put on the Grave Robber's Ring to sneak up on Selin instead of the Thieves' Ring, because become harder for Black Phantoms to detect. I think that applies to NPCs, but I'm not entirely sure. Is that another one? Holy shitcakes. There sure are a mess of them, so we are going to circumvent that just a tad bit. Whew! Look at that mob. Oh shit. Well, we know what's gonna happen now. Okay, so that did not, strictly speaking, work out. Turns out there are rather a few more Black Phantom Lumberfuck spawn points in Pure Black World Tendency Value of Defilement than I realized, and they're quite strategically placed, too. I really don't want to carve through them in areas of bad footing, so we are just going to ignore the other thing that was here. And you can see now that my slaying of Black Phantom Selin Vinland did increase the Value of Defilement's World Tendency by quite a bit. It's now back up to neutral. Now, I do have Stonefang Tunnel put into Black World Tendency. We did have an event there involving Black Phantom Scurver, so we've already done that part. But there's another thing that I should be able to show you there, which is exactly what I was looking for in the Pure Black Value of Defilement. Now, what is that round silvery thing by the elevator over there? Does this part of Stonefang have a very low-flying dirigible? I think we should go find out. There we go. A very short and easy trip thanks to the very handy shortcut elevator we previously activated, and what in God's name am I looking at? You remember how I mentioned that the most reliable source of colorless demon souls was primeval demons, which appeared when you were close to Black World Tendency? Well, meet Mr. Primeval. Man, they're gross. Almost sort of like a bloated centipede with a big tail. Ugh. Anyway, they are pretty much helpless. The only way one can possibly hurt you is if you try and help out with that. I think you can just kind of shove yourself in its mouth and it'll nip you for a bit. Yep, that's all they can do. And you really just have to stand there and wait a while for them to even be able to do that. So, Primeval Demons. They appear when the world tendency is one step above pure black, so you don't have to get it all the way there, just most of the way there. And just like Black Phantom named NPCs, they do quite a bit to improve your world tendency. I think they put it up 3 shades, which is exactly the same that a named Black Phantom will do. But, really, they're mainly good for one thing. Oh yeah, they hardly have any HP, too. It happened. I was going to collect my colorless demon soul, and then tell you there is a small chance that it will not actually drop it. Like, it is a very, very probable drop, but not a 100% drop. Normally, when you go to the trouble of getting the world tendency in place for a primeval demon and then killing it, you really, really just want to tear your hair out when it doesn't drop a colorless demon soul, but it's so rarely an issue. Well, I'm glad I got it captured on camera for you good folks. Hello out there, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had a good time, and I've been glad to have you. If you enjoyed this video, new subscribers always brighten my day, and if you really dig my stuff and would like to support me on Patreon, I shall be very grateful indeed. You're also invited to go with the stream every Friday at twitch.tv/unplayedathing. Thank you again, and have a good one.